This video is going to show you how to record what's on your screen using Google's Screencastify. The objectives of this video are to show you how to install it first, then create the recordings, access the recordings on your drive, and share them. Editing is an option that only exists if you purchase the upgraded Screencastify, so we're not going to cover that today. So the first thing is we are going to show you how to install Screencastify. It is an extension for Google Chrome. So to do this, I'm going to go to an account where I don't have Screencastify yet. And I'm going to just Google Screencastify. You can just click on the one that's screencastify.com. And this blue button up here in the corner, you want to click that and say Add to Chrome. And I guess we'll click it a second time. This video is helpful to give you a couple more tips on what it is, but from this point, you just say Add Extension. You can see it's doing what it needs to do. And now it will tell you here that it has been added as an extension. And now you have the Screencastify button up here. So that's how you add it. Before you do that, you wouldn't be able to use Screencastify. So that's the first step. We just installed it into Chrome. The next step, how to record. I'm going to show you how to record this using the account that I just opened. So I'm going to come up here, and now that this extension's here, you can click on this and this will give you the Screencastify menu. This is where you go to, oh, I guess you have to sign up first. So I'm going to pause this. You can just sign in through Google and we'll pick back up. I'll just show you these steps. So you want to pick the correct account, your school's account. I'm not using my school's account here because I already had it I already had it added on as the extension. So now you just want to say allow. Yes, you can trust Screencastify. It is part of our Melrose School suite, so we know we can trust them. You want to allow it to use your camera and microphone if you have one. Drawing and annotation tools is fine too. You can just keep saying allow to all of these options. And you can answer those questions for yourself. And now we're ready. So now you can click this button up here. And you only have a 5-minute limit for your videos. I have longer because I have the upgraded account. But so basically what this video, or this window gives you is the options. So option number 1 is the browser tab, recording. You want to select this if you are only recording one and only one browser, Chrome browser, when you record. So if you're going to record a website, you can do that. You can, but only do this if you're staying on one browser. I have had problems in the past where I was recording a program and a window popped up. And if you're using the browser tab, that the pop-ups don't show up. So I don't really recommend doing this one. But the benefit is that it's only going to record the one thing and nothing else that's going on your screen will be recorded. So you're going to want to select which microphone you want to use. Typically, you just pick the default. You can see now that it's sensing that I'm talking by seeing that green button. If you don't see the green coming up, that means your microphone is not working. The other option here that I'll go over right now, you can do these two options for any of these that you're using. But if you say Embed Webcam, what that will do is put a little picture of yourself down here. So if I click on that, I'll pick the camera that's integrated with my computer, and we'll go from there, but I will show you that later when we're actually recording. The next option, which is the one I like to use, is the desktop. Like I said earlier, the reason I like this desktop option is it will record everything that's going on your computer if you select the right option. And then this last option over here, webcam only, this will only record what your camera is seeing. So it won't record anything on your screen. So if for some reason you want to record what you're doing live, it will record anything that the camera sees. So I'm going to show you how to record using the desktop option. They all three work the same though. So I'm going to hit record here. And now there's a second, you won't get this. This is because I have two screens running right now. But what you want to do is pick the difference here, your entire screen versus application window. So the application window will allow you to pick only one window that is running. So if you look, I have actually 5 different windows up right now. If I were to pick one of these, it will only record what's going on within that one application. So if I were to pick this one, which is the one I'm currently working on, it would allow me to toggle between all of these tabs and record only that. This is the option I like because then you don't have to worry about something not showing. If you have it on your screen, it will record it. So I'm going to click on this screen, which you'll have to click it. You will most likely not have 2 screens. And you hit share. So I want to explain that what you're seeing here is, it's just letting you know that Screencastify is recording your screen. I like to hide this because that just shows up on top of your recording all the time. All right, so now it's actually recording what we're doing. What you might have wanted to do is get yourself set up with a Google slide or whatever it is you wanted to present. So I'm going to open that up right now. I come down to my bottom, to my tabs. Here is my slideshow on how to record Screencastify. So this is how you would go through if you were trying to make a recording for your teacher. You could click through these slides and this would be your screen being recorded. It'll show your mouse moves and everything else. Once you're done with your recording, going through these slides or whatever it is you're trying to record for your class, you can come up here. The first thing I want you to note, actually, before you even click it, is you can see the red circle. That indicates that you're actually recording at the moment. You can pause this by coming up here and clicking the pause button, or you can also hit Alt-Shift-P all at the same time. If I hit this again, you'll see that it's recording again. You'll see that the little icon turned to the red circle. Once you're done with your recording, now you can hit stop. Once you've hit stopped, it will automatically pop this window up. I'm going to say skip the tour. That should only show up the first couple times until you say, no, I don't want to watch it. The first thing I like to do in this window is rename it. So I'm going to name it something that makes sense. So in this case, it'll be Screencastify tour. And what you just heard was this video actually playing. So I can just show you really quickly. This is my recording. This is what you just saw. This is where I switched to the slides and so on. So that covered the option of your recording your desktop, and it recorded every tab that we had open, every click I made. And when I come down here, it showed that popped up, and it was able to record 2 different tabs. So if you remember, I had one tab open at the beginning, and then I switched to this other tab where I had the slides open. So that's why I like to use desktop. It allows you to do all those at once. Now I would like to show you a couple more options. So there's this Embed Webcam. This is so that if you want a picture of yourself while you're recording, you can do so. So I'm just going to show you this really quick. I'm going to leave it on desktop option and hit record. And now you can see there's a little picture of me down there. Hi. I'm going to hide this again. And once that's open, you can move this around if you don't want it in the bottom right or for whatever reason. And now I'm going to come back up here and stop it again. And it's going to pop up yet another tab with this new window. So I'm going to call this Screencastify with Webcam. Okay, the last options I want to show you is Screencastify. I have to do with some more options down here. Now I want you to note it says drawing tools are unavailable on this tab. That's exactly what I wanted to show you. The reason these are unavailable is you cannot try to have drawing tools and other options open when you have any kind of Chrome window open or a new tab. If I just click this and have a new tab. So basically get yourself set up, like I said before, to whatever it is you want to show. So I'm going to go back to my Google Slides. Okay, so here are my Screencastify slides. Now I should be able to have access to those options up here. And sure enough, that warning bar is gone. And if I hit show more options, I want to just explain these. So the countdown is the 3 seconds. If you notice when I was recording, it gives a couple beeps before it actually starts recording. That's so that if you're on this screen and you want to quickly toggle to your to get yourself ready, maybe toggle to a different file or something like that, you can actually increase this if you feel like 3 seconds is too rushed. Show drawing tools, I'm going to explain what that is, but it's a little menu that pops up down here in the bottom left. And then system audio is basically what sounds your computer itself might make. So I don't typically have this on because I'm not really doing anything that my audio needs to be heard on my computer. But if you're going to play a video or have something on your computer that's making sounds in addition to your microphone, you might want to turn that on. So I'm going to hit record now, and you're going to hear the 3 beeps, which is set by that countdown. My webcam was also turned on. Oh, I forgot I have to hit screen 1 here first. There's the countdown. I'm going to hit hide. Now, if you turned on your webcam and you didn't want it, or you want to toggle it on and off, you can click on this. And if you saw it, turn that off. Now it turns it back on and back off. So that's the first function of these drawing tools that might come up. You can pause your recording down here. So that might be easier than going up to that little icon in the top. The button up here will allow you to hide your cursor if you're not moving it. So if you find the cursor distracting, the mouse cursor, there's that. This will allow you to create like a halo around your mouse. And then these are drawing tools. So if you want to actually write on your screen while you're recording, then you can click this and you can write whatever you want. So I'm going to write about yay. Whoa, I don't know what happened to my mouse there, but let's say yay. That was supposed to be a Y. Turn that into a Y. In fact, yay, Screencastify. Now, since I had a mistake in there, let's show you how to use the erase bar. I can just go in and erase that. And now that's not the best looking yay, but it works. So that's what this menu bar does. You can hide the tools if you don't plan on using them, so you don't have that little bar always down there. That's what I tend to do. Oh, well, now I need to get my mouse cursor back. So if you want to get your mouse cursor back instead of the eraser, so there actually is a shortcut key. You hit the Alt or the Option key along with T at the same time. So Alt and T or Option and T if you're on an Apple. And now you can click this to turn it back into a mouse pointer. You can close that again if you want, if you don't want it on there. So that covers the menu options while you're recording. So I'm going to stop this recording again. And again, it's going to pop up this recording of yours. You can scroll through it, make sure it looks like what you wanted. There's the yay, and so on. So I'm going to rename this like I told you you should. How about Screencastify 3? So this was my 3rd video. Okay. That went over all of the options in the recording window. Now we're going to go over how to save and access your recordings. Well, you don't really have to do much to save, as you just learned. You come here, you rename it, and it's automatic. Even if you don't rename it, it is automatically saved. So where does it save it to? You can go to your drive. So you can click on the waffle and find Google Drive. And you will have, here they are all under your recents. And if it's not recent for you, there's also a folder in your drive. Now you probably have a lot more folders than this, but you have a folder called Screencastify. If you go in here, here are all of the different recordings that I have done. So that is how you can access your recordings. Okay, now we're going to go over how to share your recordings, because making this recording doesn't help much if you don't share it with someone. So chances are a teacher has assigned something or you need to turn it in. The best way to get to sharing your recordings here, you can find them, but it's really difficult to, it's not as obvious, let's say, how to share them from here. So what I suggest is to come back up to this little icon button. And right here, this says My Recording. So anything you have recorded from Screencastify, if you click on here, will show up. And now you're still in the Screencastify app. So it has a few more options here. So if you want to, let's say, share one of these, I'm going to click on this. Now you have just single click. Okay, now we're going to go over how to share your recordings, because making this recording doesn't help much if you don't share it with someone. So chances are a teacher has assigned something or you need to turn it in. The best way to get to sharing your recordings here, you can find them, but it's really difficult to, it's not as obvious, let's say, how to share them from here. So what I suggest is to come back up to this little icon button. And right here, this says My Recording. So anything you have recorded from Screencastify, if you click on here, will show up. And now you're still in the Screencastify app. So it has a few more options here. So if you want to, let's say, share one of these, I'm going to click on this. Now you have, just single click, by the way, you have all these options that pop up. You as a Melrose High School student have a few options. You can copy a shareable link in case you want to email it or use that link in some other way. This is a common one. You can share it on Classroom. So if you have to turn in your recording, you can click that. And then under more options, there's send in an email. So those are probably the three most common. At Melrose, we suggest that you don't use publish to YouTube for privacy reasons. So those are the three options to get your recording shared with someone. Now, I also mentioned that you can edit videos, but you can click on this, but you need to have a premium membership to Screencastify, which costs money to do so. So I'm going to assume most of you don't have that nor need it, and that won't be covered in this topic. So I hope this helped. I hope you can use Screencastify. I find it very useful for communicating how to do things with students, and I'm sure you could find it useful to communicate what you know to teachers. So I hope this helped, and good luck using it.